Now, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes life tests us in ways we never thought possible. So I'd ask you to welcome a friend and colleague of many of you in this room, Andrew Griffith, former Director General for Citizenship and Multiculturalism at CIC, who will share his story. Andrew?
Merci, Jean-Pierre. One moment you're up, the next you're down. 4 years ago, I discovered a lump in my stomach. It started an endless series of tests, and of course, my worries increased correspondingly. Finally, I received the diagnosis almost 4 years ago, mantle cell lymphoma, a very aggressive type of blood cancer. Like all of us, I checked in with Dr. Google. My outlook was bleak, a few years at best. But then, I had to break the news to my wife, my teenage son and daughter, and that was the hardest thing to do. I had to let friends and colleagues know, and of course I was overcome with the support and concern of all. But going from Dr. Google to Dr. Vanderjacht, who cheerfully told me not to worry. Dr. Google was dated, and that's a lesson for all of us here. Recent trials showed success for 4 out of 5 patients. And later that same day, I was welcomed by the nursing team and Dr. Atkins to my new home, the hematology ward, where I was to undergo a stem cell transplant. The first step was aggressive chemotherapy to destroy my cancer cells. Some rounds were particularly brutal, others less so. My blood cells, now clean of cancer, were harvested and later reimplanted. And then, miraculously, I walked out of the hospital in November 2009, full of awe and wonder that I'd been given a second chance. I was extremely weak, but I was alive. Et au printemps 2010, je suis rentré au travail, et grâce à l'aide de mes collègues et mon équipe, j'ai eu une année réussie et intéressante. Et au niveau personnel, on a fait un voyage merveilleux en famille en Australie, et on a célébré nos 20 ans de mariage à Paris. But then again, one moment you're up, the next you're down. In winter 2011, I had headaches and blurred vision. My old fears and worries returned. Dr. Hupsch told me the news was not good and my lymphoma was back. So I faced depression again. I had to let everyone know again. And I questioned again, why me? But my only option was an allogenic stem cell transplant, or the technical term, or stem cells from another patient, another person. The risks were high. Only 2 of 5 patients make it past the 2-year mark, and there is a risk of poor quality of life. But Drs. Hupsch and Bredesen walked me through my choices: do nothing and accept my fate, or assume high risk but take another chance at life. To trust but verify, a second opinion from Toronto's Princess Margaret confirmed the options. In their firm yet compassionate manner, sometimes using a bit of yes minister techniques, my doctors put it starkly. Without the transplant, I would not survive until next summer, and I realized I was not ready to give up yet. There were just too many family occasions, birthdays, holidays, graduations, etc. to celebrate. Early in August, I started the intense mix of chemo and radiation needed to prepare my body for the transplant. Again, brutal, but then again, that calm sense of walking in, receiving my new stem cells, and walking out again with that same sense of awe, wonder, and yes, gratitude that I'd been given yet another chance at life. My recovery was slow but steady. The stem cells built my new immune system. My body and new immune system learned to live together without any serious rejection. And progressively, with some bumps in the road, I made it, living close to a normal life. I may not be cured, but I am here today, close to 2 years later, alive, able to be with my family, and able to share my story with you. So the motto of the Ottawa Hospital is compassionate people, world-class care. And world-class care is not an empty promise. L'hôpital participe activement dans la recherche et les essais cliniques, et plus important, les applique rapidement les nouvelles découvertes aux soins des patients. My treatment each time reflected the most recent research and trials. Les travailleurs sociaux et physiothérapeutes m'ont appuyé, and there was an openness to me exercising the challenge function. We all are used to the challenge function. And so I did that with my doctors, and they were welcome. They welcomed that. And throughout, my care was delivered with compassion, understanding, and warmth. As others have mentioned, my story, unfortunately, is not unique. Sooner or later, you or someone close to you will find yourself at the Ottawa Hospital. The real question asked is, who has not gone to the Ottawa Hospital, who has not relied on that? So I offer two last messages. First, look after yourself and those close to you. And secondly, we are particularly fortunate being part of the public service with our benefits plan. Others are not so fortunate. So please consider that when making your donation. Thank you very much. Merci.